Hello, Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. This is going to cover July of 2025 through June of 2026. I'm going to lay out 12 cards, one for each month. When I'm talking about them, I'm just labeling them months 1 through 12. So, again, for you, month 1 is July of 2025. I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck. And that just gives me some extra information about maybe what a general theme is for the year or a message in particular that the universe wants you to have for this next year. So we're getting down in months. The second half of the year. Here we go. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. So that to me feels like this is a year where you are learning that fear is not an obstacle. That the anxiety is just trying to hold you in place. It is not reality. You control the reality. Your fears don't, the anxieties don't. You have control. In this picture, she's surrounded by all these swords, which are in the ground and not moving. They're not doing anything. They're just there. Swords are an air element. This is going to be thoughts, ideas, beliefs, whether they're yours or someone else's, but they're planted in the ground. They're firm. You don't have to stay there with them. This person is free to walk around. Yes, she has a blindfold on now, but she's also not very tightly secured here, right? She can bend her arms up, pull the blindfold off, and say, you know what? I'm out of here. She has control. She just is afraid to look. I think this is the year you start looking and seeing and recognizing that, excuse me, all these ideas and beliefs here, those are not yours. That's not where you don't want to stay here with those. And you're free to leave whenever you choose. Let's see what happens with the individual months. We're starting off here in month 1 with the Four of Wands. This is a month of celebration. This is a month of unity, bringing two different communities together to create something new and beautiful. There's a sense of celebration, of joy, of love. This could be a wedding. It could be an engagement. It could be two different organizations in a community coming together. Maybe they're building a community park or something like that, something that benefits both sides and creates a new group or maybe a new annual event for the community that celebrates that community. And you are a part of it. You are participating. At a minimum, you are attending, or you should, because it is a place where it's just a sense of connection and joy. Let yourself have some fun. And then we follow that right up in month 2 with the Three of Cups, of our emotions and our intuition. This is a small group of people, essentially 3 of you. I mean, obviously, right? This is community. This is celebrating together, celebrating each other. Maybe you've each had a milestone recently, and just the 3 of you are getting together to celebrate that. Whether that is 3 years of friendship and going strong. These are people where it feels like you may not talk to them for years, but then once you all get together again, once you all happen to have time together, it's like you've never been apart. That energy is just solid. It's like soul family. Take some time to spend with those people this month. Recharge your batteries. You fill each other's cups. Have some laughs, have some fun, enjoy their company, treasure it. It'll help feed you energy-wise. It feels like months to come, for quite some time anyway. And then we have the Knight of Coins. Coins is an earth element, and it's a little bit more of a laid-back energy, but it's also all about the mundane day-to-day things that we do here on this earth. Your job, your career, what you do to make money, your income, your finances, so that you can purchase things such as your home, your car, bus passes, whatever it is that you need or want here in on this plane in Earth. Nights are all about experience, gaining experience, figuring out how things really work. Like they've read the book, they watched the YouTube videos. Now they're going to try and figure it out. How can they make it work for them? So you may have this feels like some sort of inspiration, and you may be going against the norms. That's because this feels like this card is tied into month 3 a little bit here. You don't have anybody around you doing whatever it is that you want to get into, whatever it is you want to try to explore. So you're doing it on your own. You're the first of your kind, if you will, and figuring out how to make it work. Take your time with it. You do not need to rush. Again, this is a slower, gentler energy. Very persistent, can be very stubborn and fixed in their goal once they get going. But you want to expand, you want to grow. Your chart ruler is also Jupiter with that Sagittarius rising, which is a planet of expansion, of exploration. And Sagittarius there with the philosopher. So that rules your whole chart. Again, whatever house your Sagittarius is landing in this month, how do I want to say that? Jupiter is in your chart. Pay particular attention to that area for this month. That may be where the growth is, or where you want to have the expansion. It could also be wherever. I want to say there's something with Sagittarius in there. Pay attention to whatever's in your Sagittarius house, so your first house, here in this month. There may be a special focus there too. And again, that's month 3, where you're pushing your own boundaries. You're recognizing that you're not meant to be bound up in the chrysalis. You're meant to be out there flying, to be the butterfly. So you're figuring out how that works for you and what steps you want to take and how you make this change. But take your time with it. Don't rush yourself. In month 4, we have the 2 of Cups. Back into the Cups cards. Connections with the number 2. This could be a connection with another person, a new person. It could also have to do with a new, getting to know your partner in a new way. So you're discovering something new about them, whether that is a hobby or something they've always wanted to do, or they've kept something from you for a while and now they're ready to share it. This is a month of getting to know this other person, whether that is a new love, a new friendship, a new business colleague, whatever it is. This is a get to know you period. Ask the questions. This is like a smaller version, a more mundane version, if you will, of the Lover's card. You take the time here to find out if you guys truly are compatible, not just on an emotional level. That is certainly important. But are your goals aligned? What is it you each want out of the future? What would you want out of this hypothetical relationship? What do they want? What would their expectations be? Have the conversations and get to know each other. Truly know each other beyond just that initial connection. And then in month 5, we have the 5 of Coins. It's a bit of a tougher month. This is a month where you may be feeling left out of something for some reason, or as if you are lacking in some way. It's still in that coin area, so this could have something to do with work. It could be finances, or maybe something to do with your home life, where you feel as if you're on the outside looking in. The trick with this card is that and in a way, it's kind of related to this card, right? This is a habit, or maybe a feeling that you've had in the past. And you think you overcome it each time in some way or another, or you dismiss it and say, I'm just going to walk away. Old habits, old beliefs, behaviors, still sticking around there a bit. The trick to overcome it with this card is to face it, is to go up and knock on that door and say, hey, can I come in? They're just waiting for you to knock. You are not being purposely excluded. There's no conspiracy there. They're waiting on you. They'd be happy to have you as part of the group or to help you out if that's what you need. Probably with no strings attached. There is enough for everyone. There's enough to go around for everyone is also another message coming through. So if you are feeling this sense, and maybe if it's related to a group or something that maybe you used to be a part of, but you fell out of that because of other commitments, and now you have time freeing up and you would like to get back in with that group, but you don't feel like you can just show up, ask. Ask if you can come. Let them know you have time now and you would love to return to that fold, or you would love to be part of whatever they're working on. That they will open that door wide and embrace you and welcome you in. But you have to take the action. You have to make the ask. You have to let people know that you want to be a part of it, or alternatively, that you need help in some way. And then in month 6, we have the 6 of Coins. This is a card of reciprocity, of bargaining, of exchanging energy, exchanging favors. Make sure you are standing up for what you want out of this bargain, out of this agreement. Set your bar high, higher than you would anticipate. You may be surprised what you get out of it. Negotiate high, and then let them take them down to your bottom number. Not their bottom number, your bottom number. Now, this does not necessarily have to do with finances or anything like that. This could also just be an exchange of goods, something that you would like to get rid of and we're thinking of maybe throwing away, but somebody has seen it, they would really love that, but maybe they don't have the money for it. Would you like something of theirs in return? They will have something that you want, that you do value. In this case, value will be in the eye of the beholder. If it's something you want, go ahead and trade for it. Give yourself permission to do that. All right, and then we're coming down to the second half of the year. We're starting out with this Ace of Swords, so still in that sword energy. This might be a new perspective for you or a new idea. It's inspiration in some way because it is an ace. It's a fresh beginning. It is that spark. I think it's going to be related to one of these thoughts or beliefs that you've had in the past. And it feels like it's more of a realization that what you thought was one thing is actually another. And it's freeing, it's uplifting. As it's as if that old sword that was holding you back just disappears. It just melts away. And now you're inspired. And now you're charging forward with anticipation, with curiosity, and wanting to learn more. To expand on that, again, with that Jupiter, expand on what you do know about it and figure out if this is something you really want to make a part of your life. Because it wasn't something, if you were still holding on to that old belief, that you would go for. But now there are possibilities. And now you're curious. So have fun with it. Explore it. Dive in. See where it takes you. And then in month 8, we have the King of Cups, a king, masculine energy, more directive leadership style. Definitely an authority figure. Very confident in who they are. They know exactly what they're doing. This is a Cups card. So this is somebody with that masculine energy that seems very, very confident in how they feel about things and has no issue expressing their emotions. They do not let the emotions drive their actions, but they do use them to guide their actions. Not drive them, but guide them. How they feel about something is more important than maybe the facts and figures of something. They're going to trust their intuition when making choices. So this feels like somebody you may have an encounter with and you may be inspired by this month. not necessarily to follow their path, but something that they do or say may inspire you in another way. And it may even be something to do with your past in some way where you're going to recognize a pattern. So maybe they're giving a speech somewhere on something, or it's at some sort of convention or community event. But there's a recognition of a pattern that will be enlightening to you, and that you may have to process and figure out how you want to change that pattern going forward. And then in month 9, we have the 9 of Swords. So that comes after the 8. I know, obvious, right? This feeling of being trapped, to taking our steps to walking away from that, to recognizing that we are not in reality trapped. We are free to move. But with that, because this is a habit change, right? This is a change of mind. This is a change of energy within you. We can have anxieties. We can have nightmares. We can have trouble sleeping. There could be insomnia in there. There could just be general agitation as your system is resettling, adjusting. Normal reactions. Don't let them stop you from moving forward. Keep walking past the shadows. Keep pushing yourself forward. And just know that this is a temporary thing. Maybe even put some things in place before you get to this point so that you're ready and you have some coping mechanisms in place, whether that has to do with walking or affirmations or putting your hands into a cold bowl of water or lighting some candles and reading a book to distract your mind. Whatever it is that will work for you, just know that this is temporary and it's part of the process. And then we get to the Emperor in month 10. This is the father of the tarot. This is the ultimate ruler, the ruler of the kings. They know what everybody's doing. They know what to do in every situation. They know who all the players are. They're the ones that set the rules. They're the ones that protect their kingdom, that protect their people. This is your energy right now in this month, and this is going to be about protecting you. What do you need to do that going forward? Like putting a sort of practical plan in place, or at least trying to get to a certain state of mind. A lot of times this is about boundaries. Your own personal boundaries for lines that you will and won't cross. You may find yourself needing to adjust those now that you are expanding. You can move your boundaries out a bit. So it's as much about you crossing and setting those boundaries as it is about making other people respect them. And having the fortitude now that you're in this Emperor energy to, if they do try to press and cross those boundaries of yours, there are consequences, and you are absolutely willing to enforce them. And people will start to see that and recognize that. But you have to put it into practice. And then we get to another ace. This time the Ace of Wands, fire, passion, boldness. Risky sometimes, but definitely full of adventure. Certainly sides with that that Sagittarius. The Emperor, by the way, represents Aries as far as energy, so that may be significant to somebody since it really wanted to come out. But with your Sagittarius fire energy and your Gemini, which is the swords element, going round and round in your head, getting out of your head so much, I think is the goal. And using some of that fire energy to push yourself past the fears and the doubts. The thought traps. The Ace of Wands is this feeling for wanting that adventure, for planning something, for maybe even something to do with activity, physical activity, movement orientated, certainly drive and goals. So maybe this is the month you are inspired to maybe go for a new job or make a change to your career. This isn't necessarily the month you do it, but this is the month you get the idea and you start planning and thinking about it. You could certainly start on it, depending on what it is, by the end of this month for sure. But it's something you feel passionate about. It's something you feel driven to do. And there's definitely the sense of excitement building for this. You have the energy to see it, to do it, to dream it. Go for it. And then we come to the Knight of Swords. I like that we're ending with fire and air. The Knight of Swords. So another knight, right? They are out there gaining experience, figuring out how things really work versus what they read about. And this is in swords, ideas, thoughts, beliefs. You are forging your own path. You will make mistakes along the way, no doubt, but you will self-correct because you have this drive behind you to learn about whatever this topic is for you. So there is no fear of failure with that fire burning and being fed by your ideas, your beliefs, your curiosity, your desire to know more, to expand. It seems exciting to me. I love this here energy. And I hope you're ready for it. You will be ready for it because you're no longer letting yourself be trapped by other people's ideas and beliefs. And that, Gemini Sun, Sagittarius Rising, is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others. Please comment below to let me know if this resonated with you or not. And please subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.